The key thing about a calendar is not your ability to plan it impeccably. The key thing about the calendar is your ability to do what has been planned. And that really depends on your ability to plan in the first place. And like we saw in the previous module, not to plan using the mind, but to plan using awareness as well as your soul's aspiration. The awareness of the different parts of your being, the way they behave during different points in time, as well as the aspiration born from the deepest part of who you are, being expressed through tasks, through events, through things and contexts in your schedule. Now, the other part of it is making sure you actually do it. So, for that, it's extremely important that you set very realistic, very doable, very specific, time bound, measurable goals. So, that's one aspect. The second is it's also very important that you're iteratively building the calendar. You're energetically taking feedback every single day in the beginning to see what works, what did not work, why it did not work, that you're really introspecting and being aware. That will really give you that sense of what works at what particular time. And more as you do it, more capable will you become at making your conscious calendar, and not just making it, but making it happen in life. So, iteratively building the conscious calendar using that energetic feedback every single day to see what worked, what did not work, why it did not work, how can it be made to work, is it really coming from my deeper aspiration? That is the key to making your calendar happen in life. And that really requires you to timely drop certain things. Now, two kinds of things that need to be dropped. One are things which are not aligned with your deepest aspiration, but you're purely doing it for name, fame, money, pleasing people, and these outer agendas and reasons and these egoistic aims. The other things to be dropped is sometimes say you have a real aspiration to care for plants, but you know nothing about gardening, you've never taken care of plants, and it somehow doesn't happen. Your plants end up dying. So then you really need to, even as some task, something is coming from your aspiration, you need to tone it down, you need to be realistic, make sure you're not getting into a fantasy mode. So, really timely dropping off things that are not working is another core principle to make sure your calendar ends as a manifest calendar into life. Another important thing is it's very important to appraise every demand that comes to be put on your calendar. It's also very important to say no when no needs to be said, not to just mindlessly put things in the calendar and make it a clutter bin. Another couple of things that I've already said in the previous video is essentially your calendar is your sacred space. So within that sacred space, make sure you have time for your inner commitments as well as sufficient interstices and breaks and space for digestion. Next important thing about building your calendar is to make the work you want to do into bit sized and schedule it into bit sized. and make sure each bit size is specific. So, for instance, a calendar entry that says painting slash dancing slash working out slash this and that, that's a really bad calendar entry. A good calendar entry is 5 a.m. to 5:15 a.m. meditation. It's very clear, it's one specific thing, it's a smaller time chunk, it has a start time, it has an end time. So instead of having slash, slash, slash and giving yourself so many options, because when you actually, it's going to be that time to do it, you'll spend just so much of time thinking and processing whether I should do this or I should do that. And that's a wastage of time. So very, very important to have very clear and specific time bound things. And another part of this is that you're breaking down a complex project. Say, for instance, Swadharma is a complex project that needs to be accomplished. Now, that complex project, when it's brought down into simple little things like 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. video shooting for this particular module, that makes it anchored. And anchoring it with these small, small specific tasks is actually a byproduct of another very important skill, which is the ability, or which is the skill to be able to hold the totality of a project. And with that complex totality of a project born out of your aspiration, you're able to break it down into exact time bound tasks that need to be done, and how you're able to see how those time bound specific tasks lead to that totality. And that is a skill, that is a dance to be cultivated. That's where you iterate, that's where you be creative and you build, because you're then really able to see that movement of energy that happens between a pure idea to its dynamic translation to its externalization and manifestation into time bound specific tasks to be done. With that, I come to the last two pointers. The first is, just like during our sleeps, we have these 1.5 hours cycle. During our waking time also, we have these 1.5 hours cycle. So 1.5 hour is a good amount of time for you to be scheduling one chunk of work. And of course, within those 1.5 hours, you can take small, small, little breaks. But 1.5 hours is just right for an intense, focused concentration and manifestation of the creative force into life. So, one is this idea of 1.5 hour cycle. And the other thing is, and the last thing I want to share with you in this video, in order to actually make your calendar happen, it's very important that the first thing you are doing in your day is the most difficult and the most important thing. If you don't do that, then throughout the day you're thinking about it, and there's a lot of mental energy and time space that you just waste on just thinking about the most difficult and the important work of the day. So schedule the most difficult and the important work of the day as the first thing in the morning. So then that's done. And you have the rest of the day to be able to flow better. You have the rest of the day for tasks which are way easier, which you have way more amount of confidence to be able to do and manifest. But having said all of that, these are only indicators of where you must go with regard to conscious calendar. At the end of the day, you have to build your own conscious calendar through your own self awareness, your own process of self awareness. That is the basis of a true conscious calendar.